Let's get ready to rumble!
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, it's your host, Ryan from the Six Man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yo, sorry, fellas. I was supposed to be on last night. And you know when you just get on the couch, bro? Bro, I had no motivation. I'm sorry, yo. I'm so sorry, man. It's on the couch. What we were watching. We were watching some movie, man, on Prime. I got up and I'm like, it was like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, shit, I got nothing to give you. Like, no energy, no motivation. And it's not because the fights were bad. I thought the fights were great. It's just I had a long day on Saturday. It was my son's birthday. So we took him and his buddies out to go bowling, and then came back to the house. And yeah, my house, my basement was their playground. So they have fun and we have fun entertaining them. They had a good weekend. It was good. But I had nothing. I had nothing on Sunday, fellas. I'm sorry, man. And shout out to Polo Buck, because I see he dropped this last night. He said first, man. Oh no, he came with the Hector Bermudez. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, my guy Hector, man. You gotta come out here and address these haters, bro. They get too wild, Hector. Shout out to Chad from Canada. You got Z Pacino in the building. What's going on, brother? My man Chad, he said, I'm working, man. Entertain me. Don't worry, Chad. We gonna entertain, bro. We got Reggie in the building. Said, man, I'm tired. Oh, was you watching that? Was you watching that? Oh no, he said he got a baby there. I was gonna say, was you watching that fight this morning, Tacoma Inoue? I just finished watching that. My man Mars said, bright and early salute, man. Yeah, that's why I'm on, because I was watching the Tacoma Inoue fight into Nakasha. Yo, shout out to that dude for making the transition to boxing. That's the guy who Floyd fought in that exhibition. He was the kickboxer. So he's a boxer now. And I think that was like his eighth or ninth fight. He just fought for a world title, but he lost to Tacoma anyway. But shout out to him for making the transition, man. My man Reggie said, my man, we got a 2-week-old baby. So much sleep. Oh, salute, man. Congratulations to you and yours, man. Man, kids, they beautiful, bro. Best thing in the world, bro. Shout out to Mars. He said, I missed it. Yeah, man. It was on Tubi this morning. So, I mean, it was free. I mean, Tubi. I'm not sure about Pluto. I know that's what they were on last time. Tubi, Pluto, and Roku TV. So, I assume it was the same type of thing. And, nah, man, the stream was good. It was on Tubi. I was laughing, though. They had a Toronto Blue Jay, one of the corners was Toronto Blue Jays, bro. They sponsored the event. So I was like, damn, shout out to Toronto. I know we just picked up a Japanese player. So yeah, that was interesting, man. But shout out to Tacoma Inoue. He won the WBC title at 118. Was that the one that fought Floyd? Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy, the small dude. He was fighting against Tacoma Inoue, Inoue's little brother. And he fell short, but shout out to him, man. He really to me at least, he a kickboxer, but he's transitioned to boxing. And for him to have a title fight in like I think he's 8 fights in or 9 fights in. Let me go check to be sure, but I'm sure he don't got no more than 10 professional boxing fights. And for him to be fighting for a world title, you guys know how it is, man. That's not easy to do. And I know Cardenas was on the card as well, the guy who just fought anyway. Yeah, Tanishan Nukaswe, that's the guy who fought Floyd. He was 7-0 before he lost to Tacoma Inoue today. And Tacoma Inoue was 20-2. So shout out to him for stepping up and fighting for a title this early in his career. The kid's transitioned well. I think I saw his last fight, bro. Can't tell you who he fought, but I'm starting to get into these small weights because of guys like Bam Rodriguez, Junto Nakatani, and even anyway. Like Inoue is really the one who brought me to the small weights, if I'm being real. But Bam Rodriguez will be moving up next year into 118. And I think, him against Tacoma Inoue, that's a great fight, bro. That's a great fight. He said, thanks, bro. Baby number 4. And yeah, good fights this weekend. Salute to you. Yo, you got a nice big family there, bro. Number 4. He said he outnumbered by 2. You brave, man. You braver than me. Yeah, it's him. He was a undefeated kickboxer. Yeah, I know. And he's made the transition, and I think he made it well. He didn't look like he didn't belong in the ring with Takuma anyway. I thought it was a decent fight. I thought he lost majority of the rounds, but he looked okay, like for a dude who transitioned. But yeah, these are topics, man. We're gonna get into obviously the fight recap of the Ring Riyadh season card. Benavidez announcing surprisingly he gonna be fighting Zerto, man. I didn't see that coming. What do y'all think about that? And what's next for Devin Haney? If he can't get Ryan Garcia on the table, we want to see Devin Haney fight. And truly, 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 the Ring card turned out to be a great card, man. Like it lived up to the hype. I think that's the thing I was most worried about the Ring card, to be honest, y'all. Is like we were gonna get another stinker like Times Square. You know what I'm saying? Where some people even think like as far as like the Berlanga card wasn't great. A lot of people say that, Sabril, Matias, and Puello had the best fight. You say what you want to say about Shakur Stevenson. I thought Shakur Stevenson fight was great personally. But this one up and down, you can't complain about this one. This one was great, man. And look, this one was so good. I don't even have the Sam Noakes and Abdullah Mason up here because usually we only get 3 main cards fights, but we had 4 main fights, man. And I think all of them had their great moments. And it's crazy. The one that we anticipated the most, Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr., I feel like that was the worst fight of the main card, like the top 4. That was the worst in my opinion. But hey, that's to each his own, man. But salute to Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes. I'm giving them fight of the night. I thought they had the most entertaining fight. There was a lot of back and forth in there. Shout out to freaking Abdullah Mason, man, because he got clipped up big in that fight a few times. And we thought, okay, he'd been clipped up before. We seen how he is. Nah, bro. He showed dog. Like he really bit down and took it to Sam Noakes. And Sam Noakes, he surprised me because he showed some elements that I didn't think he had. Great counter puncher. I thought for sure Sam Noakes showed he showed some real dog, bro. I was surprised. Sam Noakes surprised me, yo. He made a fan out of me. I want to see him fight the other guys in the division now. I want to see him fight the Mulatayas. I'm not gonna say dead, but not dead, but Shakur, but Schofields, Lucas Bodies. I want to see those type of fights, man. Sam Noakes, he gives people problems. Yeah, man, we can catch up with the chat here. He said, yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I also delivered this one in the kitchen. Oh, shoot. Shout out to that baby, man. Right at home. Salute Trini BX in the building. What's going on? Salute Ron, good morning. Chocolito introduced me to the lightweights. Yep. Oh, yeah, Roman Chocolito. Yeah, I used to watch him too, man. Him and Estrada, they had some good fights. Devin probably should try to unify or just hold that division, says Reggie. Yeah, man. Yo, what time is it in Canada? Yo, it's 9. It's like 8 minutes to 9 right now. 9 in the morning, bro. Shout out to my guy Hector Bermudez. Coach Bermudez in the building. He said Rohan Balanco is back January 31st. Salute for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, Coach, for dropping them chips, man. You know what it is over here. Let me find my shit.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Hector Bermudez, man. We're trying to see Rohan back for sure. And hopefully we can get that Rohan and Brian Norman Jr. fight cracking soon. That's what we all want to see, man. Salute to my guy, Round One Sports Talk in the building. My guy, Edwin. Make sure y'all go check him out, man. My man, the boxing voice, Ness. He says, this really loud. Yeah, bro, I'm live, man. I was up watching the fights in Japan. Dropped the kids off at school. I was supposed to do this live last night, so I said, let me get this one in, man, before before I forget about it. Said Coach Hector in the building. Yeah, man. Shout out to the boxing voice. He said, yo, hit the like. It looks like I'm the second person to do it. Yeah, y'all hit the like button, bro. Show some love to the chat. Salute to my guy Nestor Gibbs, man. Salute to him, man. Nestor up here, finally. Nah, Nest be coming through, man, when he got the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He be coming for real, man. Oh, yo, that's why we not gonna do that. Salute my man Miles in the building. What's going on? He said, "Yes, sir." Reggie said, that's what we don't want to pay to chat, Brody. Oh, damn, bro. Nah, man. That's crazy, man. I mean, that's his rules over there, man. Just like, you gotta respect people's house when they go to their house, man. You gotta respect the house rules. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But Abdullah Mason, he the youngest champion in boxing, currently 21 years old. And he still got some polishing up to do, but I like what I saw from the kid. The kid's always showed heart, yo. And I'm telling y'all, that's gonna take him a long way. I think the other stuff, he'll get there, man. He want to fight too. Like, I got no problem with guys wanting to fight, especially a kid like Abdullah who has the skills to pay the bills. Like, I get it, man. We don't want guys to take too many shots, but at the same time, that's a kid who sometimes he'll outdog you, man. Sometimes that's as a opposite fighter across the ring, you hoping to outdog him and he outdog you. That mentally breaks the shit out of you, man. You can't really get back up from that. Some guys don't even come out the corner the same once that happens, right? So shout out to Abdullah Mason for biting down, because there was a couple times in that fight I thought, man, he's getting clipped up by Sam Noakes. And Sam Noakes, shout out to him. He got kind of a iron chin as well, because man, Abdullah was piecing him up. And it's either Abdullah wasn't going for the kill or he didn't see that opportunity. But there was a few times I saw Abdullah hit Sam Noakes to the body, and you seen Sam Noakes retreat immediately. And I don't know, but maybe just that power that Sam Noakes had. He did have like an 80% KO knockout ratio. Maybe the power was for real. And I think Sam Noakes is gonna be a good fighter, man. I think Sam Noakes gonna hold it down, for the UK. I don't know if he'll win a chip. I don't know if he'll win a belt, but he'll be in some good fights at 35. I think 35, outside Shakur Stevenson, it's for the taking, bro. Abdullah Mason still got to kind of face the Schofields. He got to face the other guys, the Andy Cruz's. Should Andy Cruz beat Raymond Mulataya and Mulataya? Those are good fights for Abdullah Mason. But if I'm just looking at the landscape of 135 currently, let me just go check it out. I don't want Abdullah Mason going back for his first defense against, like, I don't know, like any Schofield or anything like that. Why not give him Gabriel Flores Jr., who's fighting against Joe Cordina? So the winner, Joe Cordina or Flores Jr., they fighting soon, I think in January, on that Pacheco and Ernesto Mercado undercard. Yeah, man, they can fight him for real. So I guess Mason, yeah, he that guy, man. He gonna be here for a while. We gotta love that kid. He got some growing to do. But at the same time, he's a champ. So we're going to ask him to unify eventually, right? So let's just hope he gets cracking to it. And I think he will, man. I think he's a legacy fighter. I think he'll move up multiple divisions like Devin Haney. He might crack out and end up being at 60 or 68 with his frame. But for now, let's enjoy Abdullah. Let's enjoy what he's bringing to the table, the action he's giving us. And we're watching growth right in front of us. And yeah, he's the type of fighter, man, we can get behind. He's exciting, man. He might be y'all next American star for real. And then we got Bam Rodriguez, who I'm giving performance of the night. Puma Martinez, I think, is number 2 ring rated at the division. And Bam Rodriguez, let's be honest, he made Puma Martinez look like he didn't belong in there with him. He made the dude look like he was just, a normal fighter. And like, Puma Martinez is a former Olympian, He an Olympian. And, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Hector said, I have a few people that can defend against. Okay. The son of a legend, Armando Martinez. Okay. Ain't he fighting? Armando Martinez. I thought I saw him fighting on that night, or is it Night of the Samurai card? I think that's who he's fighting. We'll see. But yeah, man, shout out to Malcolm in the building. Can Scooby get a run back? Azim, do you have other plans? I mean, Scooby could fight Abdullah. Yeah, he could fight Abdullah. Yeah, Malcolm, this live, bro. This live, bro. We live, man. We live. We live, bro. Don't worry, Malcolm. I got you, man. I know the timing's fucked up, man. I was supposed to go live last night, but like I was saying earlier, bro, I was chilling with the wife on the couch. We was watching some show about some dude. It was on Prime, man. Shoot, I forget the name of it, but he like conned like $650 million off people in Hollywood. Shit was funny, bro. I couldn't believe that shit. He had a Ponzi scheme running, and I guess he got caught in 2019, man. Yo, it was crazy. $650 million he conned from people. Yeah, Scooby at 135. He can go against Abdullah. Okay. That might be a hometown fight then for Abdullah to bring it back against Kurt Scooby. Why not? Say, and Thomas Bloomfield. Yeah, shout out to Thomas Bloomfield, man. That Canadian boy. Yeah, let's go, Thomas. He said, nice. I like that. Heck yeah, bro. He said, I was Racer dope. Oh, okay. He said you big into local boxing, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, like the guy Thomas Bloomfield that Heck just talked about. Yeah, he's from Canada. He was on the national team. I seen him fight a lot when he was in the amateurs, man. He's a good fighter. Hector got something over there for real. I think that kid could give Abdullah problems because his dimensions too. He's like the same size as Abdullah. You know, long, rangy. He fight with aggression too. He a good kid, man. But yeah, Bam Rodriguez. Shout out to Bam. Y'all got Bam as top 5 pound for pound. I mean, shoot. Bam done showed levels, bro. Puma Martinez tried his best, bro. He tried his best. Marcos Maidana, you know, he was hooking off. He couldn't catch Bam, though. He just couldn't catch Bam. And then when Bam gets into them modes, bro, where he starts matrix fighting, that's when I think he's at his best. When he's in the kitchen. You know, he was a lot outside on this fight, and I never really seen Bam like that. He's usually a right in your grill inside fighter, but y'all saw it when he got to the point where Puma couldn't hit him. This dude clean clocked him, man, knocked him out, 1-punch KO almost. And for a little dude, that's hard to do, man. I don't really see a lot of those little guys be throwing 1-punch killers. Like, you know, anyway be doing it. So we got to give anyway his respect. He be knocking people out like that. But Bam Rodriguez, nah, man, that was a beautiful counter. And if you watch the whole replay, it's like he saw that punch and saw that whole thing unfold, man. Like that kid, Bam, is definitely going to be one of the best fighters one day in boxing, bro. He's as long as he keeps going up. That's why I watched today's fight or this morning's fight, because that's 118. That's the next weight for him. And I hope Takuma Inoue can hold that belt until Bam gets there next year, because Bam got to beat up on Inoue's little brother. That's what he got to do if you want to get a fight. Go stop Takuma Inoue and go call out Naoya Inoue. That's how you do it, bro. You go stop his little brother and say, yo, I need you next. You got to go in the ring and be like, yo, I stop you, little bro. Pick him up. Now you got to come get me, man. Come get this get back. But we'll see what Takuma Inoue does next year with the belts. I know the Japanese fighters, they fight a lot. They do. They stay active, man. So anything can happen with Takuma Inoue. He's already lost twice. He can lose again. But I'd rather him hold that belt. Hopefully hold it till Bam gets there, so Bam can stop him. And then we can get a call out, a real call out. Bam facing Inoue, man. Abdullah should just fight Chavez. That's the next guy in line. What, at the WBO? That'd be his next defense, is what you're saying, Malcolm? I don't know, man. I haven't looked at the WBO rankings, to be honest. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's the dude with Pro Box, right? I think he's with Pro Box. He said, Bam, pound for pound, should be 5 or 6. True. I agree, bro. C. Pacino said generational talent. Yo, Bam is nice, bro. Once he gets his feet going, yeah, it's a wrappy, bro. Once Bam gets his feet going, my man Reggie said, Bam is definitely the top notch. Absolutely, bro. And I'm glad that people got to see him, because they usually don't get to see him, because you know, they don't watch the little weights, man. Let's be honest. Said Puma too wide with this shot. Yeah, and Puma knew he had to try to hit a home run, man. He wasn't gonna get it done any other way. He was gonna outbox Pam. Said ain't little bro. Two-time champion. He is. Yep. Takuma anyway is a two-time champion. He lost his belt to I think Sasumi. And then yeah, he came back and won, bro. He won today. So yeah, he's two-time. My man Garcia versus Taraji winner gets banned. Let's go. Yo, I want Taraji to win. I want Taraji to win because Taraji's a former pound for pound fighter. He was on the pound for pound, I think, in July or something like that. He was on there. So Bam can beat a pound for pound fighter. You know, it just adds to the resume, bro. And Taraji. Him and Taraji, a good look. Yeah, bro. Said Mason should take the winner of Cruz Morlataya. Ooh. You want him to go right into the unification, Chad. You want him to have no time off, man. Shout out to Pearl in the building. What's going on, man? Said, what up, Ryan? What up, bro? Salute to you, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? When you come in the chat, man, like Ann Wolf.
Really fight her.
My man G-Von in the building. What's good, champ? He said Bam was just picking on that man. No, that's facts, bro. Bam was teeing off on him too easy, man. Salute to my brother Ray Davis, man. My brother, man, North Ryan Fraser. Big up. Salute to you, man. I didn't know you served, man. Salute to Ray Davis, bro. He one of them ones, man. Taraji got a little title shot off a loss. Yeah, he did. He did. You know, we always talk about that, Malcolm, you know, getting title shots off the loss, man. We don't like to see it, but you right, man. Taraji got one. He coming in. Why not give him some downtime, momentum? Yeah. No, I feel you, Chad. I mean, if I was Abdullah Mason, I would love to go into that unification, but I think just looking at the way Top Rank is positioned right now, and with no ESPN, no real network, they're on Tubi right now. It seems like they're hesitant to make those big fights with their guys together. They're actually, it kind of looks like they are sending their guys out more to fight, which is interesting. But yeah, if they can make an in-house fight with Morlataya and Mason, should Morlataya win, I don't know if it's going to be a big investment fight for them. I think like they're looking at that, like they want that to be somewhere where somebody's going to bid for it, you know, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I like the fight. I like unifications, bro. I'm not opposed to any of that. Shout out to my guy Dario in the building. Said shout out to Ryan. I appreciate you, brother. He said, my man Malcolm said, who should Norman fight next? Oh, we gonna get into Norman, bro. Yeah, I'll finish off with Bam. I think Bam won fight performance of the night. I gave him performance of the night. I thought he looked the best. You know, Martinez is second in the Ring Magazine rankings. He's a former, he was a champ coming into the fight, and Bam Rodriguez made him look like he didn't deserve to be in the ring with him, which was super impressive, bro. I'll say that about anybody who can do that because you know, a lot of people was talking about this next fight the same way. Like Devin Haney didn't belong in the ring with Brian Norman Jr. And shout out to Devin Haney. He proved the doubters wrong. I think the most impressive thing that I think about that fight, and maybe this is because people were harping on it too much, but Devin Haney came out and he didn't really initially back up, bro. Like I was expecting him to do the Ramirez for real. I'm not gonna lie, and that's because that's what I heard. The whole buildup is how he's running, how mentally he's not there. And when I saw Devin come out, one, he looked a little bit stronger than Brian, like he looked a little bit bigger. And two, he wasn't scared of this dude. Like Devin came out, immediately was jabbing. Now I get it. The first round, he wasn't really active. I don't think he won the first round. I gave the first round to Norman. But I was like, okay. All right, Devin Haney. This is not the Ramirez Devin Haney. This This I don't even. Well, after the first round, I still didn't know. I'm like, this not even really the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, because I think the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney was more on the front foot. He was pushing Ryan back, and he got clipped coming in. This was, to me, Devin Haney knowing this was his time to get the fans back, to prove that he is the guy who they say he is. I think that's what this Devin Haney was bringing, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Vega in the building. He said, I want the chips with the dip. Salute to Vega, man. Salute to Coach Eddie in the building. What's going on, Coach Eddie, man? My man Malcolm said, facts, yo. I think he threw one punch in the first round. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He said the buttercream croc suit had superpowers. Yep, Haney did exactly what he wanted to do, as I predicted. Yeah, salute to Ray Davis, man. Coach Eddie said, link, please. Yeah, I'm going to drop it like literally in 5 minutes, Coach Eddie. I'm just going to get through Devin Haney and Benavidez. I'm going to drop it. Yeah, so Devin Haney, I thought that initially he came out focused, man. He looked focused. They obviously used the first round to see what Brian Norman Jr. had, to see what he was going to do. They used that, obviously. That's a feel-out round. And I think for Brian Norman Jr., I'm not going to say the moment was too big. I'm just going to say he just didn't have the experience to deal with what Devin was doing, right? Devin Haney, that jab was great. That was the jab we all talked about, we all seen, and it was working great. I think where Brian Norman Jr. lacked was punch variation. I think his punches were too predictable. I think he needed to punch Devin into something, move him into something. I don't think and I don't think Brian got out of second gear, which is a problem down the stretch. Like you saw Devin Haney, okay, he got the knockdown, he won a few rounds, and he almost started to coast. Like he was coasting, bro. And I think that's why a lot of us were like, we had anticipated that fight to be so great, and it probably was the worst fight in the top 4. But that's not a problem, because to me, the whole 4 were good. Like they were all good fights. So I think that Devin Haney, he let off the gas, bro. And Brian Norman Jr., a lot of people are saying he wasn't prepared, but can you guys tell me how you prepare for somebody you've never seen, or nothing that you like? How do you emulate Devin Haney in sparring? You know what I'm saying? I still think that's a tough task, and it has to happen on fight night. Like you got to get in there, and you got to make the adjustments on fight night. I mean, if we all listen to Floyd, what did Floyd say? I don't watch film on guys. I get in there and I make my adjustments on the fly. And that's a tough task for Brian Norman Jr. It was an uphill battle because, he never faced anything close to Devin Haney. And we can't say the same, like Devin Haney's been in the bigger fights. So this was, to me, an experience thing. This was never like, I don't believe Brian Norman Jr. doesn't belong in the ring with Devin Haney. I was just like, okay, is he going to be able to get over? You know what I'm saying? Get over the hump of the jab, get over the movement. Is he going to be able to break down Devin Haney successfully? It didn't work that night. Just not that night. I think Brian Norman Jr. is still going to be back. I think he's going to be a champion in the division. Shoot, I even think he could get the rematch if he goes on a nice run. I think it's very possible, but we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. I love the fight. I do think Devin Haney let off the gas. Some people are like, he should have got him out of there in the second round, but Devin Haney's not that type of guy. He's not a knockout puncher. He's not a stoppage guy. And why go punch yourself out to give Brian Norman Jr. a chance? He conserved his energy, man. I mean, Devon said Dev wasn't even expecting that to drop Norman. He got super excited, swung wild, and almost gassed and couldn't stop Brian. But obviously, Devin just more experienced. Yeah, you're right, Devon. I don't think he was expected to drop Norman. Neither did I. But he had him hurt off the hook. It wasn't even the right. It was the hook that hurt him. My man Malcolm said levels, punch Faraday and his feet. Yeah, man. He said no upper body movement either. Oh, for Norman Jr. My man Piero said he could emulate Dev. Yo, you crazy, bro. My man Ray Davis said footwork and anxiety was the offsetting moment for Norman. And when Devin broke that nose, them jabs hurting were wearing down his confidence. Yeah, that's possible. Because he was pawing at that nose a lot, man. Man, Pearl with the he laughing, bro. He said the ref pulled Dev off. Yo, he tried to get him out of there. Oh, for real? Yeah, well, I mean, Brian did the right thing. He was holding, right? That's what you're supposed to do. He said mentally that ice grill after the knockdown forced JR to get up too quick. He will learn from it. Got to take your time, especially when getting rocked early. Nah, for real. Shout out to Trini BX, man. That's real right there, man. But shout out to Benavidez. He gets the win. He beats up on Yarde. Fairly easy, man. Anthony Yarde, I don't know, man. He just been mid to me for a while, but you know, the Zerto fight, that's what Benavidez said he wants next. Zerto fight Cinco de Mayo weekend. Zerto's got a fight coming up though against Rob Safar. And I hate when people do this, man. We making up matchups, and Zerto still got to fight off of injury, no, off of surgery, not even an injury, off of surgery. And Rob Safar, he looked good against Sergey Kovalev. Like Rob Safar is a low key a good fighter, so he might spoil the party, man. He got to be looking at it like they disrespecting me. They're not even giving me a chance, and we ain't even had the press conference yet. So Rob Safar, I hope you in the gym training your ass off, man, so you can go ahead and mess up this Benavidez and Zerto fight, because I don't like when Turkey Al-Sheikh be doing that, man. Like, wait till Zerto win and make Zerto announce it. Like, what the hell? Why Benavidez announcing that he fighting in Cinco de Mayo weekend against Zerto? But hey, we'll see, man. We'll see what the future holds. My man Chivon said, bloody nose in every fight Martinez and Norman both possibly broke. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. He says slaughters cooked your pet. Yeah, no, he slaughtered him, bro. That dude was looking crazy, bro. He was looking crazy, man. Opataya mad saying Zerto ducked him. Man, Opataya's he been trying to settle his mandatory forever. So I don't know why he talking about ducking. He need to settle his own business. Yarde is all heart, such a physical style. He's in his twilight years, man. I think it's a wrappy for Yarde. I think he's taking too much damage. Let me throw the link in the chat though for Coach Eddie and anybody else who want to come up here and talk boxing. Shoot, hopefully it works. I don't know why I went in like that, but yeah, let me drop that link in the chat for y'all. And yeah, make sure y'all call in. Benavidez said he want to fight Zerto next, so he probably will he get stripped? Y'all think? I don't know what the WBC gonna do with Benavidez then for his 175 title. I guess they can't strip him. They just gave it to him. So I don't know if he'll ever fight. He got the WBA interim, so I don't know why he don't try to go fight the interim, man. But hey, it is what it is. Salute to my brother Malcolm in the building. What's going on, man?
Ryan from the 6. How's it going,
Yes,
my brother?
sir, man. Early in the morning, cooking.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout outs to everybody, man. Shout outs to Ryan, Boxing Talk up north.
Yeah,
Beautiful
brother.
weekend. Beautiful
Yeah,
weekend.
great weekend, man.
Where do I start at? Yeah, I mean Benavidez Yarde. I'm gonna keep that short. You kind of worded it best, man. Complete slaughter. Beat pillar to post, man. Post to pillar.
Yeah.
Straight ragdolled him, man. It was bad. I expected him to go to decision. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the biggest David Benavidez fan.
Right.
And it's more of his feet. His feet upset me when I see him square up. But he's able to get away with it. He got fast hands, and it's just the accumulation of his punches and his power. So he did his thing. Props to him. Obviously, there's that whole situation with Bivol and Better Beef. So I'm not too mad about the cruiserweight move. Because if not, you got like Callum Smith. But, trying to get the Zotto fight, I'm okay with it. Whoever the winner is, if he can get that. It's just I wish David Benavidez gets this big fight that he's been trying to go after already.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the biggest name he got is like Caleb Plant. I'm assuming it should have been Caleb Plant. But,
Yeah.
couldn't get Canelo. Bevo better be right now. They just caught up in their own, little mess. So, hopefully he can get that, man. Shout out to David Benavidez. Puma and Bam.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was gonna be a little more tough. And when I was on here talking about it, I remember you're like, "What?" You're like, "Man, he about to beat the shit out of him." You're like, "Oh, he's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
make it easy."
yeah,
I
bro.
sat back, I thought about it, I looked. I'm like, you know what, man? Because he got that rugged style, and it's not like he's a slick fighter. That style is really rough for anybody who's just defensive first. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, you know what? I think he might stop him. You know. Oh, by the way, shout outs to Vega. Shout outs to Johnny. I called it live with him. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Great show. And I believe that I said that he was gonna get a knockout. So he ended up stopping him. Bam just needed like one round.
Yeah.
Got his feet. Once he starts doing the Lomachenko shit, he gets his feet going. It's over. Getting punches from different angles. I can't even like. Obviously, he got the best performance by far. Like he never really looked too worried. So
Nah, you're right, man.
yeah, and but Puma was like the second ranked guy, right? He was like the only
Yeah,
other.
he was. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got Willie Galabal. I don't know how to say his name. The dude that's fighting Taraji.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's next. And yeah, I'd rather Bam just get that last strap. Hopefully it's Taraji who win, and they can mix it up. That's gonna be a great fight for sure. And that Japanese style is similar to the standard Mexican style, so it'll be entertaining. But I got Bam cleaning that division out, and then hopefully he go to 118 after, man. But shout
Word.
out to that man. He missed his son's birth, which is crazy. And he picked W, man.
Yeah, that sacrifice, man. That sacrifice. Salute 7%. We got Tina Warwick in the building. Please subscribe to the channel, Queen. We need more queens in the buildings. She said, I think seeing how Turkey made Usyk versus Fury, two best in their division, he should do the same with Benavidez and Bill. Oh, yeah, for sure. Benavidez and Bivol should fight. Said, I think it will be made. Just don't know when it will happen. Yeah, they gotta settle that Better Biev and Bivol 3 first. Shout out to Ray Davis in the building. What's going on, champ?
Salute, man. Listen, man. Great card, man. I was building on it. I'm just like, man, I don't know what card was the best, but right now this is the most fire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it's the latest and greatest, but it has nothing but remember every fight but the first fight when the card had a knockdown. Well, I'll say the second because Mason and Noakes was the second fight, but everyone had
Yeah.
a knockdown, man. Like how many times you see that in on a card like that, action packed, and every fight had some story to it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm kind of upset though. I ain't gonna front. You know what I mean? I think the Bam fight was definitely something to pay attention to. A lot of people missed or not talked about enough when Bam got put on his pockets the first round and they missed the call. Bam
Mm-hmm.
overcame it, showed out, put out, made this dude pay for it. And Puma just looked like a fish out of water, man. And it's great to see
Yeah.
something like that. You know what I mean? As far as the Mesa, I don't know what fight you on. You were still in this fight or not? Because I heard y'all talking about it. But then you went
Nah,
to
go ahead. Get your
yeah.
stuff
So
off,
the
bro.
Mason Noakes fight called it 100%. We didn't know which way it was going. Um, I was literally saying this is the truest 50-50 fight on the card. A lot of people, speculated that Devin and Norman was 50-50 because of style contrast.
Yeah.
But I thought this fight right here was more 50-50 because you had lack of experience, to say the least. With Bill Mason, he got a lot of knockouts, and not saying that he doesn't have professional experience, but he doesn't have that that going to deep water experience. He doesn't. We don't know
Yeah.
what to expect. He swings outside. You have Sam Noakes who keeps his punches tight. You have Abdullah who gets aggressive when he gets hit and he doesn't like it. So, and we've seen all those things happen. Got off his game plan even. I think you mentioned that, and it just becomes something different, man. But shout out to them guys, man. They put on a show. It was well deserved, and it was actually perfect timing for that show. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
everything led to where it should have been. Like they literally set this card up perfectly. And I
Yeah.
think we have to give props where props is due on whoever the the event coordinator was, because they did that. I'm telling you, the fights were set up perfectly. The way it went was perfect. We didn't have to wait long. It got
no dead time. Yeah,
right?
that was
Like
good,
9:30 on the East Coast. The fights, you know what I mean? We're in the final card. Everything landed perfectly. Like you can't do nothing about that, but just salute these guys, man. Any other cards y'all want to talk about? Go for it. But shout out to you, Ryan, man. I'm glad you're doing your
Coach
thing up
Eddie
here.
get in here. Shout out to Coach Eddie.
Yeah.
What's going on, Coach?
Man, what's good, man? Great fight this weekend. The lineup, like Ray just mentioned, the lineup was perfect. We had even down with the Vito fight, Maliki fight. I mean, that was a good opening appetizer. This was a decent scrap that ended up in a stoppage. I'm glad to see some of these African brothers are getting an opportunity to display some of their skills, even though they may not be on that level yet. They're being competitive, so that's maybe a good thing to come. The Dula Mason Sam Noakes fight, great, tremendous fight. We had a potentially fight of the year candidate. The second fight with Bam Rodriguez was just like a expertise. You just seemed kind of like an expert in there, just doing his thing.
Right. Yep.
Devin Haney fight, another great fight. That fight, I was really disappointed. I'm gonna touch on that in just a minute. The Anthony Yarde fight, that was just a massacre.
Yeah.
That was a freaking bloodbath. I mean, that's the only way I can describe that fight. I am highly disappointed in Anthony Yarde and his team. The atrocious jab, that jab was abysmal. The game plan was horrific. It was horrible. It was a horrible Anthony Yarde. I said, what the heck, jab? What are you throwing, man? I mean, but I don't even. There's really nothing to talk about right there. It was just a freaking massacre. That's all it was, man. It was like a lion that was led to the slaughter. Literally, a lion that was led to the slaughter. He got slaughtered.
That's true, man.
Brian Norman. This fight is so complex. The Norman and Devin Haney fight, for the simple fact that I think the fight was lost 4 months ago. And I picked Norman.
Oh, wow. You think so? Wow.
I'm going to tell you where he messed up at. Brian Norman Sr. messed up when he started going back and forth with Bill Haney for 4 months. That's the worst thing he could have ever did. And I got Norman Sr.'s phone number. And I started to call him about a month ago. I said, look, man, stop talking to this dude, man. He's like a guy, I don't know if you ever played basketball, a guy that can talk you out of your game. That's Bill Haney.
Right. Get you off your track, man.
He got him off track. Every time you turn around, Brian Norman Sr., he's doing an interview somewhere. He's 3 or 4 hours on Mill City. He's over here arguing with BF. He's over here going to war back and forth with people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, bro, you're getting knocked off your square, man. You're getting knocked off. You're worrying about Bill Haney, and he's talking about Boots all the time. Dude, you're not fighting Boots. You're fighting Devin Haney, dude. Boots shouldn't even be in your conversation, man. What are you doing? And I'm going to tell you what I knew, that Brian Norman wasn't going to win this fight. When I seen Devin Haney come out and the walkout, and I seen the look in his eyes. I looked at him. I said, this kid's going to win, man.
Yeah, he was ready.
I said he's going to win. Just based off how he lost, he's going to win. When Brian Norman Jr. came out, he didn't look confident. He didn't. I mean, it was a glimmer of confidence there, but it wasn't as much as what I seen off of Devin Haney. I said Devin Haney looked extremely confident. And to me, the knockdown that changed the whole dynamic of the fight. It was like the whole fight was like Norman was a day late and $1 short. He was never really totally out of the fight. It was actually a fight that he could have won if he would have made a few more adjustments. He was definitely capable of winning that fight, but he was a day late and $1 short. The knockdown that changed the whole dynamic of the fight. Also, him allowing, and I don't say allowing, but him being tied up, he had no answers for the clinch. which a lot of times he initiated himself because of bad technique, because he would rush in with the shot, try to throw a flurry of combinations and fall in, and Devin would trap his arms, and he couldn't get out. And Devin was probably a lot stronger than he anticipated him being physically strong, was able to wrestle. That was the difference in the fight to me, was just the wrestling and the clinch game. It nullified what Norman was trying to do, because you go look at the CompuBox, Devin Haney only threw 271 punches. Let me tell you how close this fight was by the numbers. Devin Haney landed 70. Brian Norman landed 59. So it was only 11 punches separating them, but it looked so much more. It looked like it was much more. And Brian Norman Jr., he threw 400 punches. He threw 130
more. Yeah, he missed more. He missed
threw
more,
a whole lot more punches. But but the way the optics, it looked like Devin was dominating, even though it was almost kind of like a Bernard Hopkins type of performance. When Bernard would come in and just nick rounds, nick them.
Yep.
That's what Devin Haney did. He nicked these rounds.
Yep, he did.
He didn't. I mean, it wasn't this total annihilation, domination. He nicked these rounds with tactics, intelligence, fighting, clinching, tying up, frustrating. He used everything, the things that they don't really teach you in boxing. Because Brian Norman was clearly frustrated. He could not get out the clinch, and a lot of times he initiated those clinches.
Yeah, himself. He was coming in too fast. I think he was coming in too straight, man. Like too straight, too easy.
He was hurt for like
no head movement.
Second round, he was hurt for 2 more rounds. He definitely was hurt, and them jabs was wasn't helping. You seen Devin, even when they did get caught up in the clinch. If you watch, Devin was still hitting them with strong punches to the body, punches to the face, uppercuts, and things like that. In the clinch, he was still throwing them hands. And I think, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, Coach Eddie, but I think a lot of times we look at the other side of the action, and we weren't looking at what was going on in front of us, because we wanted to, and I wanted to see a good fight. I wanted to see the response of Brian Norman myself, but he just wasn't responsive to those moments. He waited for the ref to break those moments up. He didn't do it himself. A lot of times, Devin pulled out the clinch, punching on his own. So it was definitely, like you said, a mind boggle on the Norman's part, and I think he didn't wake up until the 5th or 6th round. Once he woke up, then he started going forward again, and like you said, he's falling into shots, like bone rushing, because he looked like he was worried about losing on the cards. So he wanted to try to get back. But I agree with you.
Shot. I'm gonna get to the chat quick. Tina, she said, I think Boots versus Haney would be a good fight since Boots switches stances as well. I don't think it would be an easy beating Boots the way he did Norman Jr. styles, more complex. Yeah, but Boots is at 54, so we're not gonna talk about Devin being there yet. G-Von said Noakes and Mason was the best fight because we never know who was winning. Bam dominated, Dev dominated, David dominated. Yeah, I think we can all agree, though. The other fights we knew who was winning, but yeah, Noakes and Mason was close, man. Definitely closer than the cards had. I thought the cards had it pretty wide.
I had it like a 7-5.
Yep.
I think he barely just got it. Sam Noakes.
Yeah.
He was pretty strong in the beginning. Abdullah kind of started to figure him out. He'll be in there and exchange with him. The uppercuts. I believe it was the left uppercuts. They were clean. The one thing about Abdullah that I wasn't happy about is he could have used his jab more. It would have made it less entertaining, but he could have made that win a little more easier. And he didn't battle too much for the lead foot position. If you watch it, he wasn't too focused on that. And I think if he would have kept his foot on the outside, a lot of those other shots that Noakes was throwing wouldn't have landed. He would have landed his straight left perfectly. But overall, he did, he very good performance. And I think something that people aren't looking at, this is his first time going past 6 rounds. He's never went past the 6th round.
Yeah. Yep.
So he had like 1 10-rounder that didn't make it. And I think that was the 6. It was like a 5. He only went 5. and then this is straight to a 12. So he actually showed a very good gas tank. He didn't
No,
look too
he did,
faded
man.
at the end. Yeah, he did his thing, man. And about the Norman thing, uh, look, it just showed it was levels. Like that's the best way I could say it. You know, there's these excuses now. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you guys seen it, Ryan. I know you heard it yesterday. Apparently,
Yeah.
Brian Norman didn't prepare.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that's the thing. We're not gonna
Yo,
do that.
sorry, Malcolm. Let me just burn through these comments, and then I'll let you get into that because I have something to say
All
about
right.
that as well, man. My man Z Pacino said Vito and Mason set the tone for the night. I agree, bro. They got stopped. Well, Mason didn't get a stoppage, but that was a hell of a fight, bro. They were throwing leather, those boys. Nason and Noakes. Noakes got a freaking chin because there's a few times that Mason landed clean and he was right there landing back. So I was like, yo, this is gonna be an awesome fight. Z Pacino said he was in rare form. I guess talking about Dev. Tina said Boots, I think, would have been worse for Norman Jr. I think seeing what Haney was able to do, Boots switching stances, would have been a nightmare for him. Yeah, I guess so. See, Pacino, this was Floyd versus De La Hoya. Ooh. Are you talking about Devin and Bryant? Gamemanship. Yeah, it definitely was gamemanship. Z Pacino said mixed with some Andre Ward tactics. Said it was relentless pressure. Noakes wouldn't allow him to use the ring and dictate the pace. Yeah, that was a good showing by Noakes. But yeah, sorry, Malcolm. Go ahead. Say what you're saying about what the excuses are now.
Oh yeah, man. I love it. I love the excuses, man. It's just now you know the what was it? He underestimated him. Mind
Yeah,
you, they
yeah,
both said that they're not taking Dev lightly, both senior and junior. They've already said it. And this is just coming from fans. Either fans or just haters of Dev haters. And it's just look, Brian Norman came in first round, he was fine, got dropped, and he realized what he was in. Like you
yeah,
could prepare all you want, but he just wasn't ready. Like they had a certain game plan. I don't know if y'all heard it. Brian Norman Sr. was telling him to double up on the jab. He was telling him to
mm,
step in because he needed to. The thing is, which I was trying to tell people before, Norman's feet aren't all that. He needs somebody who's going to stand in front of him, plant their feet, and be willing to engage. That's how he was able to get Sasaki out of there. Y'all seen it with the Santillan fight. He was an underdog. I understand, but this is a guy who's tailor made for him. And Devin was just not in one space at all. You see, he had very good upper body movement, and Brian Norman just didn't know what to do. He didn't know what was coming from Devin, and that
yeah,
jab, it wasn't a normal jab. It was an up jab. It was coming from that low angle. It's hard to see. It came out fast as fuck. And if anybody ever got hit with a jab before, it's it kills your ego when you can't see. When it's that fast, you kind of like hold up. You know what I'm saying? It just throws off your whole rhythm. So props to Devin. He did his thing. Norman will bounce back from that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I
But we're
agree.
not gonna say he wasn't prepared, or we're not gonna say that they underestimated him when it's just plain and simple. They just weren't on his level.
Word.
Nah, I agree,
I'm
man.
going. I'm going to say. I'm going to say they did underestimate his power. I think they did underestimate that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because right before he got knocked down, Brian Norman Sr. tells his son that Devin can't punch.
Yep.
He
Mm,
planted that seed in his head. He said he can't punch. He can't hurt you. And in the very next round, he goes out and gets clipped. So yes, you can underestimate your. I don't think they underestimated the ability. I think they underestimated the fact that Devin Haney had the potential and the power to knock him out, and
yeah,
that was a shock to them when he came in and it was the knockdown changed the dynamic of that whole entire fight. That's
Yeah.
what they did not bank on, and that right
You
there
would,
sent a mess. I sent a message very early that look, I am not to be played with. If you mess up again, you may be sitting on your pockets one more
Yep.
time.
Yep.
and
And
you
that's
would think
facts.
you would
that.
think that they would have known that he had some kind of pop, because even Regis said he has sneaky power. Everybody with some kind of 10 or 8 ounce gloves is gonna be hitting. So I don't even know why they kind of looked at it that way. Just take one punch.
I think
The
we just
cleanest
need to
punch.
listen to the consensus, like what people say they see Dev in the gym doing. And I think Dev was unleashed on this fight. I think he came out, he was ready. Um, They knew he was ready, and it was exactly what it was. So when you get into a situation when you're underestimating your opponent, your footwork, and the thing is, you went into the fight trying to mimic or fight his fight, like you said, and I've been calling it, Coach Eddie. You heard me on the channel. I said, listen, this is going to be like really bad because Norman's saying he can box. Oh, my son could do this. My son could do that. Y'all gonna see. You know what I mean? So like they're working on footwork. They're working on boxing. They're not working on a knockout because he believed that was already there. They didn't like, you know what I mean, work on the defense. You seen that. They didn't respect Devin's like you said, power. They didn't respect his IQ in the ring. They thought that they knew who he was. They watched him run around the ring, and like I said on my channel the other day with Clay, I was like, look, this dude has this dude really went in there with the perception that Devin was going to run. It makes hindsight now what Bill said about Devin just working on not getting hit with the left hook, not throwing the jab with Ramirez. He didn't throw a jab really with Ramirez. If y'all noticed, he was working on that. That was something they worked on in that fight. And I think that was meant for Ryan. And you just so happened to be another power puncher that Brian Norman got in the ring. Devin felt, and you can see the look in his eyes, bro. Like his eyes were like so black, bro. I hate to say it. I was like, yo, this dude, look, he got that killer instinct in him right now, and you can see that with people. And Devin came out in that fight with that killer instinct. When he was amped up on the ring and jumping around, everybody said it was nervous energy. I even told Clay, I said, Clay, is it Brian that has nervous energy? Is he trying to not like show that he's
right,
like the show's not big for him? But Devin sitting here like showing you like, look, I'm amped up. I said, I think people are mistaken. I said, if you notice when Devin turns around and walks away, Brian Norman smiles. So was he really in character or not? I said, we got to remember that this is a facade. Sometimes people say things and do things just to manipulate the viewership, right? But we have to wait and see what really happens in the game. And once they got into the game, we seen it. It was basically, as you would say, one-sided.
Yeah, definitely was, man. You got anything to add on that, Coach Eddie?
Everything he said was right. I think, like I said, when I went back, I rewatched the fight, and I had it 4-8. It was that I was able to find 4 rounds that I clearly thought Brian Norman won. In the other round, it was just the experience. Of course, the knockdown that gave him the extra point. Yeah. But to me, it reminded me of a Bernard Hopkins type of performance, because you hear Bill Haney saying we're using up the clock. I'm listening to the instruction. Keep turning it. Keep tying him up. Use up the clock. That's an old school Bernard Hopkins to stall him out. He was able to stall Brian, frustrated, wrestle him, manhandle him, hit him with shots. He was missing stuff that he learned from Roy Jones. The inside work. Brian Norman Devin was so crafty when he slid up under Brian Norman's arms, he was still working, banging the body, bang, 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 bang. Stuff that they learned from Andre Ward, stuff that they learned from Virgil Hunter, stuff that they learned from Roy Jones. He was basically, he frustrated Norman he reduced Norman to a puncher's chance, I think, after the 4th or 5th round, because I think Norman had a good bounce back round after he got dropped. The 3rd round, he bounced back pretty good. And then it came to Devin Haney using the clock up. And he nipped those rounds. You go back and look at the coffee box, the punches landed were like 1 or 2. It wasn't much difference in between the punches that were landed. But the way Devin looked in the ring, he looked like a shiny new car. And Brian kind of looked like a Mustang GT. And a Mustang GTs are nice, but Devin looked like a Maserati, and Norman looked like a Mustang in there. If that makes sense. It's like it's still a good car, but it's just not a Maserati. And Bernard Hopkins was so good at doing that. Bernard Hopkins would stall you out. He would, make certain moves that look good, but he wouldn't be really doing anything. He would feint you, and he would slide around. He would be moving around nice and classy and making everything look sharp and polished, and then he'll steal you. bang, bang, steal you. And he always rounds that would just he nipped them. And Devin Haney nipped those rounds. He knows how to win. And he nipped those rounds. And I was disappointed in the way that Brian Norman reverted back to his showbox days. Simply running in, loading up, leaping left hooks, leaping right hands that were missing by a whole lot. Instead of, he should have got his Sean Porter on. Because Sean Porter, one thing about Sean Porter's not going to allow you to tie him up. He's going to pull those on free. Lomachenko's the same way. Lomachenko's great at not getting, you're not going to tie Lomachenko up. That's something that they did not work on. Or maybe they did. I don't know. But it seemed like to me, it takes two to tango. And I think that Brian Norman was actually conceded to falling into the clinch. You know, and allowing himself to be tied up and be wrestled. And let Devin Haney sling him around and wear him down. And like I said, they said the jab was frustrating him all night long. Busted his nose up, had his face looking crazy, you know. And then he every now and then he'll send a hard 1-2 down there, bang, bang, just to remind you of what happened in the second round. Don't forget. Don't forget. You get crazy, I'm gonna drop you again. You know what I'm saying? You know, he controlled him. He controlled him. That's all. Devin controlled him.
What up, Trini BX? What's going on, man?
What up? Boxing up north, baby. Ryan. What up, Malcolm?
Sir, man.
What's good, Ray? Coach Eddie, man. What's up, man? I be listening to you on Coach. Respect, man. Salute.
Salute,
man.
Salute.
A lot of lessons were learned for Norman Jr. that you can't teach, man. He learned a lot in there, man. He's only gonna get better. Devin might go down as one of his best teachers, man. Fuck around like Mayweather did with Canelo. It's a lot of lessons being learned there, man. And Norman Sr. admitted that his son bypassed his knowledge. He had to go study. So now he needs to take a page from Bill like he been doing and take that boy around, man. Take him to Roy. Let him start getting his absorption on. The kid got a good boxing mind. He gonna learn a lot. I rewatched the fight as well. He back great, man, after that, man. A lot of other young guys would have folded with a big name like that in Haney in another country fighting at that time after getting rocked like that. A lot of guys would have folded, man. So, yeah, man, I'm proud of him, man. He got landed 2 great body shots against the rope in the 6th round. He was adding on. He got to work on that jab. A lot of those punches he threw that was counted on the punch count was throwaway jabs. That's something he could work on. He's got a big upside, that kid, man. He'll get a belt again at 147. And it's a mentality thing, man. That ice grill after he got dropped from Devin was calculated, man. That caused that young boy to get up a little too quick, similar to Zab Judah when he got rocked by Costa Soup back in the day. Did the Harlem Shake? You know what I'm saying? And that's experience that he's gonna learn, man. I love that kid, man. He don't complain for all them rabbit punches. They even got a nice elbow in there. I gotta pinpoint the stamps, the time stamp, man, because that's something that they need to work on, man. Sneak some in there, man. The ref is in there for a reason. If you could get away with it, you get away with it. That's what it is. And Norman, man, with the chest bump, like the 9th, 10th round, man, the corner, man, he was waking up. This was not a bad loss, man. I got tight that night. Oh yeah, I gotta owe your apology, Ryan, man, for calling back, man, and getting back and forth with the homie Vega on your platform, man.
No,
That's
no,
Nah, man, this is boxing minds up here. I'm embarrassed that Coach Eddie and Ray's even on this shit, hearing me confess this, man. But it's true. I got a little, in my feelings over barbershop talk, because I respect Vega's mind a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of, I got blindsided there, man. But it's all good. We worked it out. I just want to owe you an apology for that, man. This platform is not for that. You know what I mean? This is boxing, real talk, real generals up here, man. And I learned a lot from y'all. Yeah, man. And I want to touch up real quick on Ray. You caught that bam knockdown, right? It would
Yeah.
not change it would not change the outlook of the fight.
If
But
they, I think it
I
would have made.
remember
Yeah,
Mayweather, man, with Mayweather Zab, man.
I think
That
it
would
would
have
have
changed.
made.
That could have changed the outlook of that fight.
Nah,
Because
I
if you
don't think
see
so,
that,
fellas.
hold on,
Nah.
hold up. Just hear me out.
I know what
Just
you
a
mean.
second. Hear me
I
out
know what
just a
you mean.
second. I mean, but if you just seeing Mayweather taking the 10 count. Zab lost a little focus. He would have stayed a little bit more focused. It would have just made it a little better. You know what I'm saying? That's all
Nah,
I'm saying.
but Bam's been
It would
down
have been the
before.
opposite.
And Bam
Yeah. Now I know what you're
stopped
saying. I know what
Estrada
you're saying.
after that happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he'd have been more aggressive. He would have got him up out of there quicker. I
Yeah,
think he would
Bam
have put the
probably would
lesson
have
in.
stepped on him after. Yeah,
Yup.
man.
True,
He would have definitely
But
got him up
sometimes
out of there.
it can sometimes just seeing another champ just amps you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Also,
Yeah, I
when
know
I
what you're
did
saying. Yeah.
when I did rewatch it, man, I left the I didn't unmute it. I didn't mute it like I usually do. I let them and yo,
Oh,
they
okay.
called my guy fucking Cardenas a motherfucking cab driver, yo.
Yeah, they'll call him the Uber
Yo,
driver. Yeah, they were
yeah, man,
disrespecting him
that shit had
still.
me like, yo. They said, yeah, he got knocked down by a cab. I'm like, what? But
Yeah,
then
they were
Vegas said that
disrespecting.
he admitted to like delivering Uber or whatever. But that just makes it worse because like you take that kid right and you have him just training sponsors that he could just train and fight. He's on another level. It's
Right.
just the tone they use, man. I was like, yo, that's why I be muting these fucking fights, man. Now I'm muted. I listen to Johnny or Claymore, man. That's what I'm gonna be doing from now on, man. Word. What's up,
Yeah,
That's what's
I
up.
Malcolm? Was
didn't.
good.
I didn't like how they did that Trini either, man. Like, cause Cardenas, he just fought this morning. I'm pretty sure on that Japanese card. Like, he was
Yeah.
just fighting this
Yeah. Oh,
morning.
yeah.
So
How'd
like,
he do? You know how he did?
nah, he won. I think he won though. I didn't see his fight. I watched the co-main and the main. But like they talk like he's not making money. Like that dude was making money. It's just he had to grind. Like he had to go through the grind like a lot of fighters have to. Not everybody
Yeah.
gets signed to the big four when they come out of the amateurs.
It's
Like that
entertaining
rarely
too, man.
happens.
He's entertaining too. It's fun to watch. But the lower classes, it be the lower weight classes too, man. Also, I want to see Noakes back in there, man. I need Mason to get
Okay.
this full credit for that win. I want to see him back up there, man, because a lot of people don't know him and they misjudge these UK guys. That guy's a strong dude, man. It's a tough fight. He made it tougher than it was supposed to be, but I want to see Noakes in
Mm.
there again, man. Quick
Word.
question for the panel before I jump off. How long y'all see Mason at 135? It's big boy.
Man, I've been saying that dude need to go to 140 a while ago, but
Oh,
because
it's
they've
not
been
just
fighting a
me
lot
then,
of
Ray.
catch
I,
weights,
I I
right?
feel like everybody else is rushing him. I don't want to rush him, but I'm
No,
like,
no,
yo,
I'm not
defend it
rushing
once.
him,
Let's get up there.
but he's been fighting a lot of catch weights fights, and he's been on the scales like pretty much missing weight or having to strip down to nothing. He had to cut his hair off at one point to make the weight. Um, I mean, I think he got like 2 fights left, and he has
I
to
say,
move. Maybe
yeah,
he'll
get
make
him
a
the
run for another
homecoming.
belt.
I like the homecoming. Put Tiger Johnson on him. Put Bell on that. Let him get a nice homecoming. Maybe get another champ and then move up to 140.
Mm.
Right. That worked. That worked.
I'm
I
gonna
think
keep
he'll make
listening,
some. He'll
G's.
make some
I gotta
good
get a
noise
little
up there.
rest. But
And he's a
always good
WBO
listening
champ.
to y'all.
Like the
Y'all
champ
stay
up
up,
there.
man. Ryan, respect, man. Salute to all of y'all.
Salute.
Yes. And I like that question because if you put if Shakur wins that belt, does Abdullah Mason take advantage of that WBO movement? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, when you move
Move
up.
up
Yeah,
and fight
yeah.
Shakur, who's right there from 135, so it's not really a big take. I mean, I don't think he's ready for Shakur. Watch based on what I watched, he gets too emotional in the ring. And I think that's his only Achilles heel. Everything else he does well, Abdullah Mason, but that emotion is going to hurt him in the long run. And such a great talent, you don't want to see him lose because he can't control the ring or his temperament in the ring and
Mhm.
stay calm. You know what I mean, and get behind things. Sam Noakes took him out of his element. I heard you guys. I just heard Sam Noakes was making him uncomfortable. But he did because he knew how to. He timed him out after the first round. He timed out Abdullah Mason. He was coming in with those jabs, those leaping jabs on timing. Abdullah Mason had no choice but to go inside the pocket with him because every time he stood outside, he was getting time. He was getting hit with double jabs, and it
Yeah.
was crazy. So, I mean, shout out to Abdullah Mason for what they said. They said he wasn't listening to his corner, but adjusting as a fighter and seeing where he needed to fight. I just wish like I said, I just wish the temperament wasn't there so much where he was trying to go for the kill and he could just box and just score points more because that fight was so close. I had it 7-5 as well. And I think he stole that one round because I had it as a swing round when Noakes rocked him and I thought Abdullah was going down and Abdullah bounced back and rocked Noakes into the ropes and almost knocked Noakes down. But I think Abdullah
Yeah.
onslaught was a little bit more serious. So in that moment right there, I was like, yo, Abdullah got that round to me. You know what I mean? Everybody may have their own opinion on it, but that was a big difference in that fight. I think that's the way that
Hey, brother, I want to ask you guys a question. Now, in the Norman fight, you seen how one scorecard was 113, 114, right?
Yeah.
So in essence, that was a draw.
Draw.
Now, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, without the knockdown. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, dude. I could see how they can come to that conclusion. I'm gonna tell you why. Because a lot of times the judges have preferences. They have what they like to see. That judge may have been looking at Devin Haney as like, this dude is holding too much, and he may have had some biases already in his mind, and he was looking for that because there was a lot of clinching in that fight. Initiated, and I'm not attributing that to one guy or the other. I'm saying it was a mutual thing. In my interpretation, because Brian Norman was clinching just as much as Devin Haney was.
I agree.
Takes two. It takes two. So I'm not going to say that Devin was doing all the clinching. I think it was a two-way street. I think a lot of that clinching was initiated because of poor technique and closing the gap the wrong way. Where Brian Norman was, 2 or 3 shots, and he'd fall in on the shots, and Devin would wrap him up and hold him and tie him up. There was a lot of clinching in that fight, a lot of headlocks, a lot of turning. It was a lot of wrestling in that fight, and I think that's why that judge came to that scorecard 6-6. Because, like, again, a lot of them rounds, man, they were nicked. Outside of the knockdown, they were nicked. And Devin Haney would, of course, he would land. I think the jab is what won. The accuracy of the jab is what won the fight for Devin also. Because you remember those shots where you see Brian Norman's head flying back. Bang! You see his head fly back like a pest dispenser. Well, that's easy to score right there. Oh, dang, great jab.
Yeah,
when there's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of action going on. So that's what I'm saying. That comes down to that. I call it the Bernard Hopkins effect. Bernard was great at doing that, nicking these close rounds, man. Andre Ward, he done a lot of that too, nick close rounds. Well, he just done enough just to get on top and make it look a certain way.
Even Pacquiao too. Pacquiao would steal the last minute.
Now, where do you think? And this is what I'm afraid of. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm afraid that they're gonna bury Brian Norman Jr. And I'm gonna tell you why. For one, he doesn't have the marketability of a Ryan Garcia. See, they brought Ryan Garcia. He just got cooked, and he's already fighting for a belt. They're not gonna let Norman do that. He's gonna have to work his way back up. He probably won't get another title shot for 2 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, that's just the way I feel.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, that makes all the sense too. But this is why I think where we because I had it up to the 6th round. I had Devin dominating that fight. I think even going into the 7th, I think that's when it kind of changed into the more of the wrestling, like you saying. They were clinching early on, but it was more like I mean, wasn't really clinching. Like they were punching in the clinch and getting out of it on their own. The ref really rarely broke it up. I think it was more the 7th round where the ref had to get more involved, and you started seeing elbows and heads and low blows and punches behind the head. Like you start seeing a lot of these different variations of shots. And I think you're right on that take, right? But I think Brian Norman, as far as Brian Norman's next fight, I mean, he's still the number 2 guy in the division, in my opinion. I don't think he drops far from the tree. I mean, you had him in Ring Magazine number 1, you had Devin number 1, and Brian number 2 at BoxRec. I think BoxRec keeps him at number 2. I think he just drops a slot. I don't think a lot of these guys beat him in the welterweight division because a lot of these guys are come forward fighters. I mean, a good test for him would be a Tiger Johnson right now. Somebody that will mimic and have a similar skill set to Devin, a little taller as well. So, but I think Tiger Johnson's a little bit more aggressive, and he'll put himself in harm's way. Nobody in that division, I think, gives him a run for his money like Dev did. There may be a good fight out there for him. I think Jack Catterall is a good fight for him. I think that's something that we can see challenge. But as far as it goes to anybody them shelving them or holding them back from what it is, I don't see too much of that. I think there's too much in that division. You know what I mean? It's like it's enough, but it's not. What I'm saying is like a lot of people don't know the names in the welterweight division, but there's enough fighters there to clamor on to get Brian Norman a good bounce back fight and have him climb back into that arena of championship contention.
What up, Trini? He says salute with the $2 super chat. Oh, somebody got feedback. Got to mute Coach Eddie there. My
Biggest
bad.
Coach Eddie.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.
Yo, we got Birdman in the building. He said, shout out Ryan from the 6, Trini, Swiss Beats, BX. Ray, today was a good day. And Coach Eddie. Salute, man, Birdman. My man Ty in the building. What's going on? He said, Brian need to jump in that IBF ranking, work the way if he wants a real shot. Yeah, because the IBF will enforce you once you get to the top, man. But I think Karen's in that division. That'd be a good fight. Karen and Brian Norman Jr. That'd be a tough one. Shout out to L Dub in the building. What's going on, L Dub? Yeah, man. We gotta get. I think Top Rank got to stick with Brian. You know, they don't really got an option, man. They don't have another guy outside of Rohan Polanco there and Tiger Johnson. So it's a division that's wide open. Why not keep those guys still in that pool fighting for the titles, man? But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
You know what, though? I'm gonna say this too, because we like to put this label on guys as chinny. If in the essence of keeping the same energy, can we say that Brian Norman's chinny? He's been down.
He's been rocked a few times.
And that's what I'm saying. I think they're gonna have to be very selective, because he got dropped by Boy Chica, which a lot of people, you know, they talking about. They brought that back to our attention close to the fight week. But this kid got dropped by Boy Chica. Then he just got flipped over by Devin, which is not known as a quote unquote power puncher, even though I always said that I think Devin had respectable power, because you don't see a lot of people just running in on him and their face always look bad after the fight. So he must have something. So now you putting him in with power punchers. But it has to be careful. It's going to have to definitely be a bounce back fight, because I don't want him to put it. I don't know. I just don't want him to fall by the wayside and get lost in the sauce, man, because there's so many big names at 147. Like, look how Rolly's always get his opportunity. Ryan Garcia, you know, got an opportunity because he's marketable. They want to see him with a belt. So they're going to put him in with Barrios. Conor Benn and Brian Norman. That's a dangerous fight for Brian.
That is dangerous. I think I like William Carl. I like. I don't think that Lewis Crocker fight's a age well fight. I think that is more like a Centillion fight. And as far as him having a chin, we can take it to the Centillion fight. They were going blow for blow, punch for punch. He withstood a lot of those. The outcome of that onslaught from Centillion. I mean, you know, bloody nose, bloody, you know, black eye, etc. He did a good job in that fight. So I wouldn't say he's chinny. I think that word just gets thrown out there because, you know, we see somebody get hit or rocked a few times. Listen, I always point to the guy right behind me here, Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard had the canvas in most of his fights in championship fights. He got up and won. He's even been rocked. I mean, he's got hit by Tommy Hearns and dropped multiple times. So it still won these fights, or it even had a draw. So it's not so much of what is chinny or what takes you out or what is it. It's getting hit with the punch you don't see coming. And anybody gets the equilibrium knocked off. So, I mean, I don't think it's so much a chinny. Chinny is somebody that when you touch them, they fall. You breathe on them, they fall. Those are the chinny guys that we have to look into. And I don't think there's too many of them. Maybe Alex Rocha is a chinny guy. Once he got his bell cracked by Rashidi Ellis, you know what I mean? He hasn't been the same. But as far as anybody else, man, I think there's a lot going on for him. I don't like the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn looks scary to me. He looks, when he bounced out of that fight with he talked all that shit about Devin and talking about how he gonna go in there. He want to fight Devin, the winner of this fight. He wants to fight this guy and that guy. He don't want no part of that. But here's another one I want to throw out there. Richard Hitchison. I'm sorry, Richardson Hitchens. I don't know. I got that from Clay, the other name. Richardson Hitchens stated that he wanted the winner of this fight, which I don't think he's going to get because he's moving up from a different division. But that would be a good test for Brian Norman. I think that's a great test. It's a similar style fighter. I always call him the Backstreet Boys of Devin Haneyville. I think he's a similar output. He punches a little bit more. He stays in there a little bit more than we are accustomed to seeing Devin do prior to this fight. And I think this will be the way of I think it'll be a good bounce back fight there, or Tiger Johnson again, as I alluded to. Anybody else, I think it's going to be just similar fights that he already had an easy stoppages for him. And I don't think the stoppage thing is for him. He needs rounds. He needs boxing. I think that's where he needs to go with. What's up?
What about Rashid? What about Rashidi Ellis?
He's already at 154. He's no longer at 147.
Yeah. Rashidi, yeah.
I
That'd
mean,
be a good fight, though, if you could pull him down.
Thurman, thirsty for a fight, bring him back down.
That's true. Shout out to Just Do Boxing. What's going on, man? Says salute Ray Davis.
That's my boy.
Coach Chetty. Yeah, man. L Dub says Alexa Roach is coming back against Carell in the rematch. Santillian is fighting on the Xander card. Okay.
That's what's up.
Ty said Norman Jr. is not chinny. He just prone to be caught off balance and out of position. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's punch placement too. Like Dad put that hook in the right spot, man, right around the guard.
Time, right? And he hit him with two hooks. It wasn't just one. He hit him when he knocked his leg up from underneath him, and then he caught him again on the glove. And I think that opened up the punch lane for that straight, and he put him down. Yeah.
I mean, Z Pacino said Hitchens don't deserve that fight. He'll fight B. Norman, but not Gary. Yeah, Anton Russell. He got no energy for Gary, man.
Yo, Hitchens just be talking, bro. All that stuff he was talking. I don't know if y'all see the interview in the street when Devin was getting interviewed for this fight. I think it was during the Bud interview or the Shakur fight. And he walks up to Devin in the street, and Devin's like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, all that energy changed, right?
No way.
You know what I mean? When it was Devin facing me, but then when Bill came out, he was talking that shit. So, he be on that selling point, bro. I'm with it though. It's all good.
Yeah, you gotta get the fight.
I got another question I want to pose for the panel. Is Ryan Garcia Devin Haney's Ken Norton?
Nah, not in my. Ryan Garcia looked terrible at 47.
I think the Osterring plays an effect, man. I hate to say it. I don't want to use excuses, but we've seen how bad he looked in his next fight when they gave him a stringent drug test. He looked really bad. And not to mention when he had fights before that, the Luke Campbells, the Gervonta Davis, like he looked amateur. Even though he had the quick, reflexes to get the guys out of there, but he got put on his ass there. What was the African dude name that he beat up at 135? But when he beat him up, it was
Tongo?
Yeah. So when he beat him up, like even that fight was like a little long-winded. It took him a while to set up that punch. The fight after that with at 140, Brian
Oscar Duarte.
Thank you, Duarte. That right there was another challenge for him that took him a while. Thank you, Toge. That's who it was, Emmanuel Toge. Thank you. It was at 140. I thought that was at 135. But okay, my bad. I thought that was before the Tank fight. It was 140. But then he just shows that he has a lackluster of boxing skills. Quick wits. Very fast hands. He's offensive. He has no defense, and I think Ryan falls back into that straight fallback, and that gets him caught all the time. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to say because Devin, I think, goes into this fight differently if they fight again. I don't think he goes in there to be the aggressor. I think he slows it down like he did. He makes Ryan make the mistakes, and I think he capitalizes.
Well, you got to get past Barrios, and I'm with Eldo, man. He may not even make it. Yeah.
I said the same thing. I said Barrios gonna hurt that boy. Watch.
Barrios is a big 47-pounder.
If he goes out there, if let's say Ryan Garcia goes out there and destroys Barrios, boxes good, and stops him, would that change your opinion on the Devin fight? You think that fight gets a little closer, or you think that?
Yeah, but I think Ryan's also looking at it like Okay, maybe Devin's got more strength at 47 because he put down a natural 47 pounder. You know,
Right.
Ryan, he didn't catch Rolly with nothing. Man, markability doesn't make you elite. Ryan isn't on that level. Yeah, that's facts, Birdman. He just never beat anybody to make us, convinced that he's that guy.
Correct.
Barrios got a decent jab. He just don't move his head.
Yep.
And this is why I'm so intrigued, about this Ryan Garcia fight, if they're able to get the fight, because I want to see what it actually looks like. Because I know sometimes in boxing, it just sometimes a guy has your number. He may look terrible against everybody else, but for some reason when he fights you, he rises to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see if that's the case. It's because they got so much history together. There's no element of surprise there. They know each other for 15, 17, 18 years, something like that. And a lot of times it's like sometimes those fights they just work out like that. They can fight 10 times out of 10 and they're always gonna be competitive, one way or the other. So I just want to see, can Devin go out there and do the number on Brian Garcia? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm interested in.
I mean, that's the unknown, but can he do it? Absolutely, coach. I don't think there's no reason to think that he can't. I think Devin has shown us time and time again that he was always looking to be the best and willing to fight the best. I just think it was just a moment of clarity for him. I think he went in that matchup trying to kill Ryan as they pretended to do prior to the fight. He went there going forward. Ryan sucked him into the matchup and got him all out of his element and got to his head, making him feel that he was invincible. Ryan was like going to be a sucker. He looked like he was on drugs or whatever the case may be, playing all this stupid stuff. And they get into the ring, and the first thing that Devin does is he goes in there and gets walloped because he throws that jab. And I think that why I said that Ramirez fight was to learn not to throw that jab and let people set up their own, walk into your fire. And I think that's what that really. Now that we're looking at a hindsight 2020, and Bill mentioned that he told him not to do it, it makes sense now. And I think that changes the whole complexity. I think Devin beats Ryan easily. I think the hardest fight for Devin, if we were going to say anything, would probably be a Jack Catterall, which people won't think, because I think he smothers a lot, and I think he's aggressive. I think even Karen Kujijan, who's very similar to Styles, he switches up. He's a very good technical boxer. So those are the guys I would think that'd be worrisome, but is he going to fight guys like that? Probably not, because the money's not there, and Devin's looking for the biggest fights. So it all depends if they get a belt. So it's kind of hard to really range where it goes from there. I think Ryan's the fight.
Ryan? So if not Ryan, do you think Manny Pacquiao?
No, absolutely not.
Hey, yo, that's a legend, bro.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think Pacquiao poses a little threat too to Devin. I'm not going to lie to you.
What? Nah, bro, I don't think so. I think Barrios was being too nice in that fight.
You think he was being nice?
He was being nice to Pacquiao. Pacquiao was in there trying to referee at the same time. He's trying to tell him he couldn't do.
Damn. Damn.
Even his coach, Bob Santos, was saying that. He's like, yo, why are you respecting this guy for?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but
you're right though. A lot of times it's not the marquee names that give like the A-class fighter the most trouble. A lot of times it's the guys that don't have the marquee name.
That's facts.
It'll be a guy like Blair Cobb who will come in there and give Devin Haney fits because he's got this weird, wiry, crazy style. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you're not used to. Or even like to say Jack Catterall or Karen. Karen has a style that all that freaking movement and them sneaky punches that he throws, and that's give anybody problems, man. But like I say, he's not a marquee name. He's not a big money fight, so we probably won't get those fights. Guy like Rolly, he's a wild card. I mean, he's got a puncher's chance. I just put it like that against Devin. Anybody has a chance. He has a puncher's chance. You're gonna have to be careful. I think Ryan has a puncher's chance in the fight with Devin. He did basically just be relying on speed and power. and hoping that he can catch Devin and hurt him and get him out there ambushing. You know, if he can because that's what he kept ambushing Devin, and he was getting caught on the bad end of those exchanges. So it's a lot to be at. I think Devin will be undisputed at 147.
Right.
In my opinion, right. I think he catches all those belts. I think he holds on to them for as long as he wants to. If he decides to move up, I don't know if he'll do that or not. He may not. I think 54. I wouldn't recommend moving up right now. Maybe 2 or 3 years from now. Yeah, if you want to move up, test the waters when the kind of coast is clear. I don't think he's ready to jump in that. I'm not trying to hate. I don't think he's ready to jump in that pool just yet.
That's what I used to say about him moving to 147. Nobody wanted to go up there because Boots was there, and he proved otherwise because he had to. I just think that it's going to be hard for him to capture these belts because you got Eddie Hearn in a lot of these conversations for these belts. Like he's in a lot of these things in the top 3 or 4 in these sanctions bodies. So he can easily go in there and hold everything hostage and get our boy Conor Ben all the opportunity, which I don't think Conor Ben even comes back down to 147. I think he had a mental check there and realizing that, you know what I mean, if he's only going to fight 1 or 2 guys and possibly a Devin, but he don't want to fight Devin, I mean, that says a lot. So, I mean, there's so much going on. This division is it's becoming hot, but it's low key. You know what I mean? It's almost becoming like a 154 only. You know what I mean? Almost where the names are going to start creeping up, and you're going to see dangerous fights because these guys are going to beat up each other in the lower rankings. They're going to beat each other up, and you're going to see how good they really are. So, you know, it'll get there.
Yeah, especially with Liam Paro there now.
Yep.
Stanionis is back. Yeah, Conor Ben, I don't know if he's coming there, man. I just think him to go to 47 is safer than 54. I think at 54 he gets annihilated by most of those guys.
I think he needs to stay at 160.
Maybe Tim Tszyu he got a shot against. Yeah, do some catchweight fights, maybe. But yeah, if he goes a full-fledged 54, I think those guys hurt him. Especially Boots, Virgil. But hey, 47.
But there is a path to IBF route that he can capture one of those belts, which the guy that holds that belt, I think, is a matchroom fighter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Lewis Crocker.
Yeah, so they may put him on the chopping block and maybe let Conor catch that belt. And now we got a path for undisputed or unification match. Because I think that the Conor Ben and Devin Haney, I think that presents a different challenge than the Brian Norman fight. I think that fight will be a highly competitive matchup, to be honest, man.
So Coach, Gearsoft would be that guy. If Gearsoft beats Rolly, that'll be the guy that'll get Conor Ben. And I'll tell you why, because that IBF rehydration clause. That guy's had a hard time making 147 since his last he had to fought there in like 3 fights at the Egg Gate.
Yeah.
So he's they'll definitely try to get him a belt and then maybe go and unify with Crocker. But they'll never put him on that side of the street right now at the IBF with Conor Ben because it's too that's going to be harmful to his health, bro. I'll be real with you. So I think if Gearsoft can beat Rolly Romero, that'll be the way they go. They'll get that fight with Conor Ben and move him that way. Other than that, you know, you got Jack Catterall sitting at the number 2 spot with Devin Haney. I think Brian Norman's still number 1. They just didn't rank him yet. And then you have like a couple guys there. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
My man, L-Dub said, look up Mean Machine.
Oh, yeah. That's tough. That's a tough competitor, man. Tough competitor.
He's still fighting? I thought that dude was retired by now. Like 14 years before Crawford, ain't it? It's crazy.
Nah, he punched some dude out through the ring.
Yeah,
I saw one time. That was crazy. He's a great.
What do you think about Benavidez going up a cruiserweight fighting Zerto?
I like it because he's not waiting. I don't think he other than Better Beaver Bivol, I think he beats all the other guys. So it's like, what's the point of fighting Callum Smith?
Right.
You already beat Yarde. Boati got no chance.
Right.
It's might as well go up and fight Zerto or Apataya.
And he's been patiently saying this. I think Clay alluded to this multiple times before it was even announced that he should go up to fight Zerto, and that's the fight he's looking to make. And it makes sense because you've seen this guy stay at 160, 165 or 68
yeah.
for so long, waiting for this fight with Canelo. He was weight. I think the weight played a part, and now he's at light heavyweight, and you can see the weight. He looked crazy. A lot of people say he looked good. I'm like, no, he looks smaller than he ever looked. Looked like he had a fat camp, and yeah, he looked good in the ring. You know what I mean? He's still the same guy, but I think he'll be stronger and better at a cruiserweight division. I think we might see knockouts because remember, this guy had no power. This is the first stoppage he got in the division in 3 fights. So, he came up as the Mexican monster and he didn't look like a monster no more. And now he probably put that performance on. He defended his title. What time, if not now, to go up and fight for another belt at the next level?
That's facts. That's facts. I will see.
And like I say, Zerto, he started his career off at 168. So you got two guys who started off at 168 and eventually wound up at cruiserweight. And I think Devin, I think eventually he'll dip his toe in the heavyweight division just like a Tomos Adamek did. Tomos Adamek started his career off at 175, and eventually went up and fought Vladimir Klitschko. So I think Devin. I think that Brian David. I keep talking about David. Yeah, David. He'll eventually dip his toe in that heavyweight division, but there is definitely some good work there at a cruiserweight. Obviously Zerto, and then of course Jai Abataya. That would be the super fight. If he beats him, Jai, we have to consider. First of all, I think David will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Can't deny him. The kid is proving everybody wrong. The naysayers, he's literally marching through these guys, man, and just being a destructive path. And he's doing his thing, man. If he goes up there and stops Zerto, that is a statement, man.
Yeah,
that's a huge statement. And we gotta really start looking at this guy and really moving him up on the pound for pound. I'm talking about up there, like maybe like in the top 3 slots because of his activity. He's staying active and he's moving and he's demolishing these people.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And it's crazy. He hasn't been unified yet in any division. So that's why I kind of wanted him to fight at 75. But if Bivol and Better Beef, they got to settle their trilogy, then why wait for those guys, man?
Exactly.
Go ahead and move up and do what you got to do. It'd be crazy for him to get to heavyweight because I think if he can get to heavyweight and win, holy shit, then talk about your new American heavyweight. It'd be David Benavidez.
Shout out to L Dub for the information. Benavidez was granted a request to keep the WBC and WBA titles at 175 while he moves up and fights Zerto. After the fight, the WBA will order Bivol and Bivol. Heard here first. Shout out to L Dub, the plug in the building.
No, I believe that. But yeah, I don't know, man. The WBA, they're aware with their mandatories too, man. All these guys.
Right.
They wear it, but they do gotta order that fight because I don't think Bivol's defended his WBA mandatory yet, so they do gotta go ahead and order that. But yeah, Benavidez at heavyweight, that'd be crazy, bro.
That would be crazy. I think he could do it. I don't know how his power carries, but the punch output is crazy, right? I think he's looking at that. To be honest with you,
I think so too. And like if Usyk did it, I know Usyk didn't start at 68, but Usyk's shown his speed and his footwork has been very effective up there at heavyweight. It's almost like we're getting a age of little heavyweights where they're winning. We got like Caballero, you got Usyk, Joseph Parker had a little run, but those guys they're effective at heavyweight now. The Giants aren't killing them as much as they used to.
I think Richard Torres last in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, Richard Torres, yeah.
I don't think he belongs there, bro.
Yeah, he's small. He's a small heavyweight.
Cruiserweight, bro. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just think it's
he does look small. He does look mad small, bro. Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes was kind of gruesome. It was a good fight, bro.
I said that. I said that was like Gotti Ward, bro.
That was a really good fight.
It was a really good fight. It was a war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Abdullah because he had to dig deep, man. Sam Noakes was not giving him the fight.
No, he wasn't.
So he dug deep and got that win. But shout out to Sam Noakes, man. I didn't know what to expect from him, but he showed up, man. I like to see him against the other guys in the division for sure.
Yeah, man. I always go back and I watch tape of the top 5 in each sanctioned body in each weight division, especially when there's big fights coming, because it helps you understand who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't go all the way back on their resume. Maybe I'll watch some highlights and see how certain fights go. But as far as what I do is I just watch like a few fights. I go diving into their resumes and see what it looks like, because it helps you understand. A lot of these guys in England and even in Europe, we sit down and watch all the time. Clay and I, we sit there and talk about it. We brought the world Piccoli, even though we didn't really bring it, but we were talking about Piccoli a lot. When people weren't, we were talking about Sam Noakes. We literally put that on out there, and a lot of people were like, "We're crazy," until it happened. So just to say, like, you know what I mean, it doesn't hurt to go back out there, man, and check some of these guys out. There's a lot of guys that are in this British Commonwealth division that can come over and make some noise. So, I mean, shout out to all the boxers in the world, by the way, all of them.
Word, man. Sam Noakes, he's still number 2 in the BO.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere, bro. That fight was too good. They might get a rematch out of that, man. I think that deserves a rematch, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. I think they can get a rematch, like maybe not right away, but I think for sure, yeah, can definitely get one.
Yeah,
I don't see Abdullah running right back into that.
Hey, man, listen, you want to prove yourself, that's how you do it, right?
I mean, yeah, or he can unify. I mean, he may have the belt still in house with if Raymond Muay could beat Andy Cruz.
Well, Raymond Muay, you got to remember, is moving up after this fight.
Oh, then it might be vacant shot.
Yeah, so
which I think Abdullah could probably get that unification belt.
Who's he fight? Floyd Schofield?
I don't know. Schofield in the IBF? I think he's in the IBF.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's next in line. And does he fight for that? Well, it'll be 2 belts on the line.
Yeah,
so rehydration goes out the window. So he'll definitely take that fight.
It looked to me like the WBA probably gonna strip Tank and Schofield. That's why he probably dropped out that fight. He's gonna be fighting for that, probably against Lucas Body, man.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because he's supposed to remember, they were supposed to fight a long time ago. When H2O lost, that was supposed to be a fight, and Floyd Schofield pulled out of that fight. He's got a track record, man. He's got to make it to the ring before I believe it.
Yo, facts, bro. You be pulling out, man. Eldo said Noakes will drop a few spots. The winner of Cordina versus Flores will move to the top spot. But yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, maybe that's the fight for Mason Flores. I'm thinking Flores Jr. gonna win, but he may not. Cordina's a good fighter. But Flores,
the top spot's vacant, so he could still stay at number 2.
Yeah, the one spot you're talking
about.
LW
on point, so I'm not gonna argue with
him. He knew what to do to survive and fought Mason off while not being recovered. Okay. I don't know if Sam Noakes was like too hurt. I know there's a few times looked like he took a big gasp of air in, man. He got hit with a couple body shots and it looked like he wanted to. Yeah.
Knocked him back. He almost dropped him a couple times. So I said that round went from one direction to the other.
Yeah.
Sam Noakes hit Abdullah Mason with a killer shot, wobbled him. And then he went in for the attack and hit him with another body shot and then hit him with a straight. And I thought he was going for the kill. And then he go Abdullah Mason gripping him, holding on to him, and start punching to the body. And he hit him with that body shot. He knocked Sam Noakes back into the ropes and then just went off and tried to drop him. I thought he was going to drop him. He didn't.
Yeah, Sam Noakes got heart, man.
That's boxing. That's fighting, actually. That ain't no boxing. That's fighting. Straight up.
Elda says Schofield versus JoJo rescheduled for February 13th on the undercard of Duarte and Prograis. Okay. Duarte and Prograis, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for that, bro.
Yeah, as a main card too. That's crazy.
Do you think David Benavidez getting 2 points deducted instead of just one was unnecessary? Yo, Boxing Wiz, it didn't matter if he got 5 points deducted. He still
Right.
whooped the freaking Yarde pillar of the post, man.
It was the complaint, bro. It was the complaint to the ref. If you actually notice, what's his name was talking to, he was like, "Yo, he hit me while I was down." You know what I mean? And that ref was crazy for that.
Yeah, he took 2. Yo.
Yeah, he
You
did
lucky
take
he
2.
didn't
He
get
was like,
that Roy
2? I
Jones.
was like, 2 points?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, it's better than what happened to Floyd, Roy Jones, though, right? Roy
Yeah,
Jones got
Roy got
qualified for that. So,
qualified, got that L. Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what I
Roy
mean?
Jones crazy. Oh man, he said now Alan Chavez from Argentina will be number 1. Okay. I
Okay.
think is Alan Chavez with Pro Box? I think he's with Pro Box. He'll be number 1.
Abel Chavez.
I'm
Hmm.
not sure, man. Salute Johnny. What's going on, man?
Johnny.
Ryan, Ray, Coach Eddie. Good morning. Good morning, champ. Good morning, man.
Yes, sir. Yo, Coach Eddie, how you let him jump my boy like that last night? You too, Ryan. I watched y'all let him jump play. That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it did wrong, man.
I was dying. He called him a goof.
Yo, somebody called Clay a goof. Yeah, I wasn't
he was
on
like,
that.
"Yo,
You're right. Yeah. The one guy
he was
was
like, he was like, "Yo, you goofy, bro. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I was bro. That's wild, bro.
Yo, Clay was about to go in his bag. You heard what he
Yeah,
said?
Clay
He was like,
put the shades on. I'm like, oh.
He took the gloves off. He said, "Yo, now I'm fucking ready to cook."
Yeah. I was like, oh man. I'm like, all right, y'all got Clay riled up now. It's a wrap. I'm like, I'm stepping out of this, bro. You on your own, buddy.
He was like, "Yo, I'm not even trying to disrespect you, bro. I'm just saying it's a good fight for Ohio." He's like, "I don't care. That's my dog."
Trees,
bro. My bad, bro. I was dying, bro.
Yeah,
I was gonna come back up. I was like, I can't, bro, because then I don't want to be the protective custody. So they think I'm coming up there to protect him, but I'm not.
Man, Trees love his Ohio fighters, man. Shout out to Trees. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was funny though. I was dying last night.
Oh, he said Chavez with OPR promotions. Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought he was on Pro Box. That's funny, man. Could have swore it got canceled. What got canceled?
Speaking of Pro Box, when do you think that Najee Lopez will be ready for a title shot?
Ooh. A title shot? I gotta see him against some of the contenders though first. Like 175, maybe like Boazzi. That'd be a good fight for him.
Yeah, I think he beats Boazzi, man.
Yeah, it's just a good name, right?
Yeah, good name. Because didn't he already beat Hot Rod? Did he fight Hot Rod yet?
I don't think Najee Lopez fought Hot Rod.
I know he fought a common opponent with Dimitri Bivol, and he stopped him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's on the cusp, man. I think it really is.
I don't know who it was. Najee Lopez, man. But I think like he needs one of the guys like maybe Willie Hutchinson or maybe Vosdick. Vosdick's still kind of active. I think David Morrell is kind of not going to fight him. David Morrell won't fight him.
No, not right now.
Yeah, maybe Boazzi, Vosdick, or Willie Hutchins.
You're going to have to go lower than that in the totem pole, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe those guys are looking at title shots, but
those guys are not looking to go backwards and get upset. That's the problem.
Yeah, because that kid, he's a high risk, low reward. Because young, but 6'3", 78-inch arm reach, got speed, got decent power. Yeah, that's high risk, low reward, man.
I mean, if Eddie can build up Ben Whitaker right, if he can build him up right, that'll be an exciting fight, being that they both, got a rangy fighters and very fast and twitchy. But I mean, I think everybody makes fun of Ben Whitaker. They look at him as a clown show. You know what I mean?
Nah, Ben Whitaker, he the next gen, bro. Like, he's gonna carry that flag. He already got like 4 million followers. The dude's crazy popular.
Yeah, you got Ezra Taylor.
And then he's not like Ryan though. He actually an Olympian. he got style in the ring. Like he's not like Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is not accomplished like Ben Whitaker.
Right. You guys like Ezra Taylor? That'd be a good fight.
Ezra Taylor's good. Yeah. He's number 10 in the what's division is this? The WBA. So that's where Najee Lopez is, the BA.
Yeah.
He's number 9 in the BA. I don't know. DeMar Nicholson. Oh, that'd be a good fight.
There's another one. Yeah.
He'll beat the brakes off DeMar Nicholson, man. I know that.
That's a good
I'm
fight.
trying to get him a fight. We ain't worried about what we'll do to him.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, Nicholson's only got 1 loss.
Yeah.
Or they got that Ukrainian guy. I don't think he'll fight Najee though. Daniel Lapan. He's like U6, one of U6 fighters. Holy shoot, they got this Cuban guy's 4-0, but he's like ranked higher than Najee. What the hell? Maybe he's got good wins. Yeah, these Cuban guys, they be fast tracked all the time.
It's because of their history, their records.
Yeah, they're amateur pedigree.
What about our main man, Bud Crawford? I heard he didn't talk with Canelo Alvarez for the rematch.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So I guess that's gonna be for Undisputed again.
Yes, sir. Trying to get it back in
man.
blood.
Man, yeah, I hope that Canelo don't get them belts back, man. God almighty, please. We already escaped that.
Back again.
Good night, man. If he gets them belts back, man, it is gonna be more. Just gonna be another drain clog, just clogging up the division, man. He ain't gonna be fighting nobody. He gonna be picking and choosing.
Crawford?
He ain't gonna. Yeah, no, Canelo. I ain't worried about Crawford. Crawford just got the belt. Canelo had him for years, man. So you know what I'm saying. But I think if Crawford beats Canelo again, I think he rides off into the sunset.
I think both of them. I think both of them retire.
Yeah.
Either way, no matter who the winner is.
What's your thought on the Lamont Roach Cruz? I mean Pitbull Cruz fight.
Yeah, that's a big fight for both of them. Because I think Pitbull Cruz, he got an opportunity to get the big Mexican fan base that's gonna, get ready for Canelo to leave.
Yep.
But like for Roach, if he can go out there and beat Cruz better than Tank did, then he gonna get some clout off that.
He's gonna have to stay inside those hooks, bro.
Word.
Those willing overhands, because if you don't stay inside of that, it's gonna be a long night.
Mm-hmm.
Cruz doesn't jab well. He just throws them looping hooks, overhands or whatever you want to call them.
Nah, he's dope, man. We'll see how that fight plays out, though. I still don't know who's gonna win, but
yeah, it's hard to tell.
Roach should win, but I mean, Isak just got that style, man, to make things ugly.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the blueprints are already out on Roach. I mean, I'm sorry, not Roach, but Cruz. You seen him get beat by Jose Benavidez. I mean, Venezuela.
But that's you're talking about a 5'10", you know what I mean? Yeah. Jab to a guy who's 5'7" and doesn't have to reach that what Jose Venezuela has. So it's totally different.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Roach is not bigger than Ryo.
Do you think his boxing ability? It seemed like
he's gonna have to fight him on the inside. He's gonna have to smother. He's gonna have to smother him. Absolutely. My bad, coach.
Nah, you're right. I mean, it seemed like the boxers have been prevailing here lately over the punchers, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that old adage is starting to come back. That most of the time, the superior boxer is able to beat the puncher. But I think we just witnessed that, Saturday. And not only that, I'm gonna go arguing and say that Devin is a puncher now. I'm gonna put that on him. I'm gonna say he can punch when he wants to.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he has the ability. I'm serious, man. That kid could crack, man, because it comes fast and it's a lot of speed. See, speed generates power, man.
Who remind you of, Coach?
He has crack. He reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard without the killer instinct.
L-Dub. I'm glad you're in the building. L-Dub, like, what's your Sugar Ray? He be clowning me. Shout out to bro. Yo, that's funny though. No, I'm just messing. I just had to get somebody else to say it, Coach. I just they'll be getting at me for that, man.
Yeah, he's intelligent.
He's Ray Leonard without the killer instinct, man. He don't have that
agree.
same bite that
I agree.
That Ray had. But I think Devin is actually a melting pot of many different fighters, man.
Yes, he is.
You just
skillful.
He's a melting pot type of fighter who has a lot of different people in him. You know, no Diddy, but he has a lot. And he's a winner. He knows how to win. So he's going to be tough to beat. He's going to be tough to beat. It'll take somebody that's just physically superior than him in all attributes. Like in my opinion, it would take somebody like a Boots to beat Devin. It's going to have to be somebody who's a phenomenal fighter. He's not going to get beat by just any run-in-the-mill fighter. It's going to have to be somebody who's excellent to beat Devin Haney.
So, I don't know about Boots, man, because Boots sometimes when he's not getting his way, he's tend to go rogue in that ring, not listen to his corner. And, you know, Devin's not going to play into you.
What you doing? Boots has he's different. He's not Brian Norman Jr. Like, for instance, I'm going to tell you what if you take away, if Brian Norman Jr. was just able to do one thing in that fight, we have a different conversation now. It'll either be somebody would be yelling robbery right now. Let's put it like that. If he was able to take away that jab and not get his head popped so much, somebody will be yelling robbery right now. It would have been that type of fight. Even with the knockdown, because the difference was the jab, man. Because a lot of those rounds, they were nip and tuck. Where Devin only landed 1 or 2 more punches than Norman. You can see that by the totals. 11. He only landed 11 more punches than Brian Norman over a 12-round fight. That's basically 1 punch separation in all those nip and tuck rounds. You take away that jab, we got a rob. Somebody yelling robbery right now. I just put it like that. With Brian with Boots not going to allow himself to be tied up like that. It's a whole different animal. You know, and I know Bruce don't have the opponents to prove it yet, but
that's what I was gonna say too. He kind of in the same predicament than Norman. Like, he ain't really show me, you know, he been in the ring and been in that adversity with a big fighter. Like Lomachenko showed us, you know, Devin had to dig deep in that fight, man. He was
right, and they knocked him for it, right? But at the same time, let's look at it another angle. Boots is a showman also. He gets in there with a Devin Haney. Is he going to be able to take him serious? We see Boots fights one way, and he has a really wide stance. So because he has such a wide stance, he leaves himself out there to be clipped because he leans in for his shots a lot. You know what I mean? Even if he's just throwing a hook or something crossing, he leans in a lot. I think Boots does have what it takes to beat Devin. I'm not going to disagree there. But I also think Boots is susceptible to being beat because of the lack of discipline that he has, as you just mentioned. And those things are very important in boxing. And I think we could see that when you're a disciplined fighter as opposed to a non-disciplined fighter, those things can cost you your championship, rounds, fights, and things of that nature.
Yeah. Be a good fight, though.
Yeah, I think, like I said, you did with Boots, you're dealing with also a bigger fighter. Yeah, Boots is bigger than Brian. You know, you're dealing with a taller guy, a rangier guy, a guy who punch, a guy who's not going to be there to get his head popped like a Pez dispenser on those jabs. You know, a guy who can move around, can cut angles and stuff, and not just come straight forward. You know, it's like straight. Brian Norman is more like a straight line type of guy, straight line, right? Boots is more shifty. And he can fight on the inside a lot better than Brian Norman Jr. Me personally, I think I wouldn't give Devin much of a chance in that fight. And I definitely, I've been wrong before. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't give him much of a chance on beating Boots if they were to fight like next month or 2 months from now.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But I thought it was interesting because you know, they said Devin wanted that fight at 47. So and then people are starting to say now, well, Devin's kind of like picking and choosing. You know, he picks guys at a certain time, so maybe he or Bill, they saw something in Boots that they could exploit.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it, if Devin wanted that fight, they said they made him a counter at 52. It's a 5 pound difference. So if he really wanted, in my opinion, if he really wanted to fight,
he wanted the
took
belt.
a catch weight.
He wanted the belt.
Yeah, I understand that, but we seen Devin take catch weight. He took a catch weight fight against against my man. I know there was a tune-up fight, a comeback fight, but I just think, the Boots, he didn't even have a belt, did he? At 52, he didn't have a belt, did he?
No.
Oh, you're talking about 47.
Yeah, he's unified at 47.
I mean, but yeah, it would have been a good fight, and they can always revisit that. If they want to, climb that tree again or bark up that tree again, hey, why not? You want, if Boots gets the belt at 54, you want to challenge him for it, and by all means, put your name in the hat. Well, I don't think Eddie Hearns turned that fight down.
Eddie Hearns just wants to see Devin get his head knocked off for what it sounds like, so it don't matter.
Yeah, so I think Eddie would be more than happy to make that fight happen between him and Boots Ennis.
Yeah, we should have made it at 147 then. We would have had it already.
No, I'm talking about that 50, but Boots didn't want to stay at 47. So,
exactly. So that's not Devin's fault. Devin ain't stupid either. I think once Devin actually makes it to 47, a little bit adjusted to the power, and he may move to 54 and move up to fight a Boots. He may. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when that.
No, but Bill's smart though. Bill's very smart, because I heard, Devin Haney said he'll fight anybody, and Bill like, nah, you'll fight who I tell you to fight. In other words, you know what I'm saying?
He said he will.
He didn't say it exactly like I said it, but that was the gist of it. You know what I'm saying?
He cut him off quick.
Nah, you'll fight who I tell you to fight, and in my opinion, even Bill Haney mentioned Boots. He said, Boots and Virgil need to get it on. I don't think Bill is no way, shape, form, or fashion interested in his son fighting Boots at 154 pounds.
Oh.
Maybe at 47, yeah, because maybe they could have had it, possibly fighting a Boots that's drained, who really needs to be in another weight class. So yeah, it may have been a better fight there. But now you fight the guy a little bit stronger, moved up in the better weight class. He feels more comfortable there. Now you fighting a better version of Boots. But I don't think these guys should have to cross each other out. I think they can exist in the same space. And if they want to make those fights later on in life, hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
I agree with that. I don't think
fellas, I'm gonna head on out, man. Try to get some sleep. I got work tonight.
Me too.
All right, my brother. Hey, thanks for having me up. Hey, Clay, Ray, good to hear from you, man.
Yes, man. I was looking for you the other day.
Yeah, with the restream, bro, I have not been able to get it to work on my phone, man. I can't get my microphone to work. I've been Googling it and trying it. I know y'all switch platforms. And I said, crap, man, I want to get on this restream thing. So I don't know. I may have to update my phone. I got this old Android. I may have to get a newer phone that accepts it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm with you, man.
I don't know, bro.
I got an S22, man, Ultra.
All right, man. Get you some rest, Frazier.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in, showing some love to the channel, love to the chat. Salute everybody in the chat, man. We had Chad from Canada in here. We got L Dub Boxing, my guy Ty. Salute to my guy Ray Davis, who came up on the panel, Trini BX, Malcolm, and Coach Eddie. Salute to y'all. Salute to the super chats, man. My man Hector Bermudez dropped the super chat on me. Trini BX dropped a super chat as well. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and show some love by smashing that like button. Hit the notifications. Shout out to Z Pacino, who was in here. We had Birdman in here. We had a couple other people in here, man. Also, we had I think Tina was. Shout out to the 7%. David Garcia was in the building. He had some good picks. He showed me his picks this weekend. He hit. Shout out to him. Am I missing anybody, man? G-Von. We had G-Von in the building as well. Hopefully I'm not missing nobody. I'm trying to go up in the chat to see, man. Obviously Ray Davis was in the building. Oh, Piero was in the building too. My man Nesta Gibbs from the Boxing Voice was in the building. Salute Nesta Gibbs. Appreciate you, brother. Always showing love. You know, good people. Gotta keep good people around you. Man. My man Reggie was also in the building. Yo, he said he had his daughter was keeping, or his kid was keeping him up all night. Shout out to Reggie, man. And yeah, oh, my man Miles. Can't forget about Miles and Polo Buck, man. I appreciate everybody for showing love to the channel. Yeah, man, I'm gonna catch some Z's. Gotta work tonight. Freak me. I'll probably be back on, I want to say Thursday night. Yeah, probably Thursday night to start talking about the weekend fights. But thanks to everybody for tuning in. Also, my brother is fighting December 19th in Brampton here at the Queen's Manor Event Center at 2 Auction Lane in Brampton, Ontario, December 19th. Your boy, yours truly, will be commentating the event with Melinda Watpool. So shout out to her. She'll be joining me. I'll be joining her. I'll be joining the champ, yo. We'll be covering the event, talking the commentary, you know, doing the whole event thing. The stream. There's gonna be a stream. When I get the information, y'all will know. I'll post it up for y'all to watch the stream as my brother goes for his 14th win, man. He's trying to make it 14-0 and climb the 154 ranks and hopefully get a big name after. But we'll see what happens with that. Smash the like button, share, subscribe to the channel, let everybody know where they can find me, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Yeah.
What?
Vecino.
I will slap you if you don't move this car.
Vecino.
I'm gonna slap you.
Vecino.
I'm gonna slap you.
Vecino, mamá, yeah.
Okay.